Not displaying anything.
Yeah, central bank digital currency has been launched by Reserve Bank, and these 9 banks are participating in it. And the only it is operating through blockchain technology. The only advantage is that it is an approved currency or currency launched by the government, and also it is not subject to fluctuation in value. It can be made, you can make payment of it to other digital rupee holders accounts. The value is same. The value is, I don't know what is the extra advantage in this, except that government is benefiting out of it because they need not print cash. They
Yes,
need
sir.
not
This is the
print
benefit,
cash.
sir.
That is the benefit. They need not print cash, and even if they print cash, the value of the notes is very limited. It goes after a few years, whereas that cost has been saved now by this methodology. Of course, when people use online methods like, say, GPay, PhonePe, or Paytm, or banks' internet transactions or mobile transactions, also they are not using the money. The movement of money is avoided. But government wants to popularize the digitalization and also to save the money on this one, and that is the reason why they are introducing this account, this digital rupee. Good.
Sir,
Now,
also, sir, I have heard that normally it will in cryptocurrency or blockchain technology, it will maintain all the records so that frauds will be detected or something like that. I heard,
oh,
but
some, yeah, maybe if some money laundering takes place, it can be detected. Correct.
yes, yes,
If some money
Sir,
laundering,
and
yeah,
in another way, if అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనీ ఎక్కువ అవసరం వచ్చింది అనుకోండి సార్, ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ ఒక్కసారే మనీ లాట్ ఆఫ్ మనీ ఇవ్వడం కష్టం అవుతుంది కదా సార్, డిజిటల్ రూపీలో బేగా సెటిల్మెంట్ చేసేయచ్చు కదా సార్.
acha, acha. That is, and above all, counting time, etc., everything is saved, na? When you want to make payment and 1 lakh, 2 lakhs and
ఇన్
all that,
క్యాష్ లో చేయాలంటే సార్ ఇప్పుడు అన్ని రూల్స్ వచ్చాయి కదా సార్, ఏటీఎం నుండి 20,000 తీయగలము, అలా రూల్స్
oh,
వచ్చేసాయి కదా సార్. నేను డిజిటల్ రూపీలో అయితే ఫాస్ట్ గా అవుతుంది కదా సార్.
that is the
ఇప్పుడు
reason. Good.
ఒక పాపకి మ్యారేజ్ ఏదైనా ఉందనుకోండి సార్, ఇప్పుడు 5 lakhs అర్జెంట్ గా కావాలి అంటే డిజిటల్ రూపీలో ఫాస్ట్ గా వెళ్తుంది. అదే 5 lakhs మనకి బ్యాంక్ లో ఉన్నా తీయడం కొంచెం కష్టం అవుతుంది కదా సార్.
Yeah, good. I think you must have gone through this video, this poster.
అండ్ నేను
This is
కరోనా టైంలోని క్యాష్ తీయడం చాలా ఇబ్బంది అయింది సార్.
correct.
అప్పుడు
Because
కూడా ఇలాంటి
we,
డిజిటల్ రూపీ ఉంటుంటే ప్రాబ్లం.
yeah, we were fearing about our being affected by disease. That was the reason. Good, very good. So now this is the type of question asked in one IBPS RRB PO in November 2022. Because I am now coming towards the end. Maybe today I am able to do it, so I am doing it. I don't know how long I will be able to continue to access. As it is, tomorrow also, there has been no pressure. But from Saturday, I am doubtful about classes because more people will be asking for interview and I will have mock interviews at this time. So let us go through some of the question papers that have been put here. This boy has been appearing, his name is Sai Kiran. Do you worship Satya Sai or Shirdi Sai Baba? They asked for. I said Shirdi Sai Baba. Do you know multi-speciality hospital of Satya Sai Baba? Yes, sir, I just heard about it. Do you went to Puttaparthi? No, sir. Why? It is your own state. Why you are not going? No, sir, I am from Telangana. Oh, this Telangana has come in the recent days. The panel asked him, are you comfortable? Yes, sir, I am. You did a diploma on BTech, right? Yes, sir. Directly, I will go to BTech second year. Yeah, that is why I did. They have asked him why he did a diploma and then BTech, for which the candidate told I will go to second year of BTech directly. What is capital? Can you answer me, Vasavi? What is capital? Hello?
Okay, sir. Capital is the amount when we invest a company or something at starting, the fund is called capital, sir.
Hmm. But everything okay, but you use the word something. అది ఎంతకు యూస్ చేస్తున్నారు సంథింగ్?
Okay, sir. Sorry.
అదే అబద్ధం. అక్కడ ఆ వర్డ్ రాకూడదు.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Ajay Kumar, can you explain to me what is capital?
Yes, sir. Sir, capital is the amount of money required, sir, for anything, sir. For example, for starting the business, that is the capital, sir. Amount.
Yeah, but you are an MBA, na?
Yes, sir.
We expect more better answer from you. Anybody else can answer it better way? Those who have done commerce, those who have done CA, those who have done MBA, can you answer it better? Capital. What is capital?
The amount from the shareholders, sir. Shareholders.
Amount given by the shareholders, they have invested. So the MBA people should tell capital is the amount that is invested by the owners in the company. The company can be proprietor or partnership or limited company. When it is limited company, it can be private limited or public limited. When it is
Yes.
private limited, the shareholding is done by the
Less than 50.
relatives among themselves, relatives and friends. Minimum 2 shareholders should be there. Maximum Vasabi. Enta shareholders private limited company lo?
Maximum. I don't know, sir.
ఏమమ్మా ఇన్ని రోజులు బ్యాంకింగ్ చదువుతున్నావు, ఇదన్నీ మనసులో పెట్టుకోలేదా? 200 minimum 2, maximum 200. There is one more type of limited company known as public limited company, like big companies like Reliance, TCS, Infosys, Adani and all that, in which case the investment is done by minimum 7 shareholders, maximum unlimited shareholders. And such a capital, the companies are permitted by registrar of joint stock companies. One is authorized capital, the amount up to which they can raise capital. Then next term is issued capital, how much they are asking for capital from the public. And the next one is paid up capital. Paid up capital means how much has been paid by the shareholders. The most important point you have to answer here is business is a separate entity. That is why in balance sheet of companies, capital is shown as liability. Business is an entity. Shareholders are separate entity. The business has to pay to the shareholders. Company has to pay. That is why it is shown as liability. So authorized capital, issued capital, paid up capital. Now, when it is a public limited company, when it is over some, I don't know how much amount it is, over so much crores, then it can be quoted in the stock exchange, like Bombay Stock Exchange or National Stock Exchange. When it is quoted in the stock exchange, people can buy these shares through using demat account and also through the brokers. And the share price that is there as on that date is the share value. There are two values. One is face value of share. Most of the shares are of the face value of 10 rupees, but it is quoted in the stock exchange at a different price. For example, our Federal Bank price, that's what I am dealing every day. That's why I know. It is ranging from 147, 146, like that. So that is known as share market price. And another concept you should know is that the whatever capital share price today multiplied by number of shares subscribed by the shareholders is known as what? Ajay Kumar, that is known as what?
Sir, that is the, I think, net worth. I am not remembering the point.
Market capitalization.
Market capitalization. Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Market capitalization. You are a
Yes, sir.
marketing person. You should know all these things. Finance also you must know.
Yes, sir.
When you talk to customers, you must be able to explain about them and all. But of course, in RRB, the concept of market capitalization doesn't arise because it is not quoted in the stock exchange, and everything is owned by the government or the sponsoring bank. Could you follow?
Yes, sir.
వాసవి ఇక్కడ చూసావా ఇంత స్మాల్ క్వశ్చన్ కి ఇంత పాయింట్స్ చెప్పొచ్చు.
Yes, sir.
నోట్ చేసుకున్నావా?
No, sir. I am
No,
listening
sir.
carefully, sir, not writing.
Okay, no problem. So they have asked like this, where do you use this word? At the time of house building, I heard that the capital, this boy told a wrong thing. This boy has told a wrong thing. Which bank do you hold your account? SBI. Who is the chairman of SBI? Even now it is Dinesh Kumar Karra. Now, all of us, whatever bank account you have, about that, you get to know the capital, then the chairman's name, some broad details. If it is a public sector bank, you can know if it is Punjab National Bank, Union Bank, and all, at what place it stands, what is the total deposit, just roughly. They may not ask you. Then this is the so this is which time you are applying for RRB. This is the third time. This is the third time, sir. I said in first attempt I tried on my own. Later I realized and take coaching. Then I lost in mains. Second time and third time. Now I am here, sir. Who is the chairman of Niti Aayog? What is the Prime Minister? What is his name?
Sri
Narendra Modi.
You must tell Mr. Narendra Modi. You may be laughing. Arey sir, what is this silly question you are asking? But not so. In the interviews, what happens? Even if they ask the name of president, we will forget because of the tension. That is the reason. Nothing else. Tension. You should have tension. What happened? Who is speaking now?
I also forget in LSA ADO exam, External Affairs Minister, sir.
Oh, Jai Shankar. Yeah. Good. It happens. So you should always, before going for the interview, update the list of union ministers, list of your state ministers, list of capitals, list of chief ministers, and the interest rates. ఇదన్నీ మగ్గప్ చేసుకొని కేర్ఫుల్లీ వెళ్ళాలి. Okay. Very good. Now, who is the chairman of Niti Aayog? This boy told wrongly, Parameswaran Iyer. Then what is net worth? Super question. What is net worth? What is net worth? Excuse me. What is net worth?
Assets minus liabilities.
Net worth of banks.
Assets minus liabilities, sir.
Assets minus
Minus liability.
is equal to 0. Hello. All assets minus all liabilities మీరు సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది?
బ్యాలెన్స్ షీట్ ఎస్ సార్ జీరో.
జీరో. జీరో చెప్పకూడదు. RBI income top private banks report. Actually, top richest. 1 minute. I will go for definition.
Sir, it is usually amount of money they have, sir. A person in net worth is called amount of money they.
Yeah. What is meant by net worth? Let us see whether it is correct. For individuals, net worth or wealth refers to an individual's net economic position, the value of individual assets minus liabilities. Example of assets that an individual would factor into their net worth would include retirement accounts, other investments, homes, and vehicles. Actually, in the case of companies, what happens? Assets minus liabilities excluding capital and reserves. In other words, capital and reserves is the net worth of the company. Okay, could you follow this? How do you calculate net worth? Yeah. Now, Mr. Ajay Kumar, please read what is net worth.
Sir, net worth is the value of the asset a person or corporation owns minus the liabilities they owe. It is the important metrics to gauge the company's health, providing the useful snapshot of its financial position. Sometimes called net worth, one's net worth is used in the financial world to qualify certain individuals for particular investment strategies or financial products such as hedge fund, structured products, or other complex or alternative investment. Net worth has also become the fixation of the popular culture, with the list ranking the people with the highest net worth as well as the net worth of the very celebrities.
Please read the key takeaways.
Net worth is the quantitative concept that measures the value of the entity and can apply to the individual corporation sector or even the countries. Net worth provides the snapshot of the entity's current financial position. In business, the net worth is also known as book value or shareholder equity.
Book value of shareholders equity. Oh, continue.
Yes sir, they have. Yes sir, shareholder equity sir, मतलब उसको बोलते हैं. People with a substantial net worth is called the high net worth individuals, HNI. Elon Musk currently has.
Yeah, in fact, you will be having contact with HNI people because they will give you the HNI people, those who have got normally in banks, those who have got 30 lakhs deposits or investments. उन लोग का address number details दे देगा. You are supposed to keep in touch with them and make them deposit in our fixed deposit or in mutual funds like that. Continue. Elon Musk
currently has the highest net worth of any individual on the planet.
No, but I don't know whether it is correct now. ఇప్పుడు ఏమని తెలీదు because it changes very quite often.
No sir, Elon Musk is the highest.
Elon Musk, sir.
Even now, acha,
Elon
very
Musk.
very good. How to calculate net worth? Simple. That is net worth in personal finance not required. Negative net worth. Negative net worth means, you please read this. Negative net worth.
Negative net worth result if the total debt is more than total assets. For instance, if the sum of the individual credit card, utility bills, outstanding mortgage payment, auto loan bills, and student loan is higher than the total value of the cash and investment, their net worth will be negative.
Negative. Yeah.
Yes,
So, but what is a good
Sir,
net worth?
sir, can I tell one thing, sir?
Yeah.
As example, if my salary is 10,000 and my expenses are 5,000, and after 10,000 minus 5,000, 5,000 is a net worth, sir. This negative net worth means my salary is 10,000 and I have expense of 12,000. The 2,000 minus 2,000 is the negative net worth. I am thinking.
So we are not taking into account only the salary. See,
Okay,
we
sir.
also
Anything salary or
no, we take into account the money, cash you are having on hand, plus other assets you have on hand. Add these two, maybe gold, etc., etc.
yes, sir.
Subtract from that the liability you have got to pay others.
He
If
has to
that comes
understand.
more,
I
yeah, I know. If that comes more, that is known as negative net worth. But the
yes,
problem is, see, many of the people, even I was working in bank, I was getting 600 rupees salary, but I have to repay every month some 300. At that time, I think I was getting 900. 900 salary. I took a loan of 40,000 rupees in those days for buying a house. The house cost was some 80,000 or so. Balance money we invested by, say, selling our gold or whatever extra cash we had, or borrowing from relatives. So at that stage, if you are going to find out my net worth, it will be 100% negative, because my my liabilities are more than the assets. But why it was not negative? Because my loan is not repayable in one immediately. It is repayable only as 300 rupees per month. Could you follow? In those days, I was repaying for housing loan only 300 rupees per month for my housing loan. It was given by bank at 4% interest only, and repayment was for 20 years. So do you follow what I said? So that way, that is also taken into account. But in interview situation, simply you can say, as somebody told rightly, it's sum of the total assets one has got minus the liabilities he has to pay will become the net worth. In other words, capital and reserves will be our total net worth. Good.
Sir, in the case of companies, मतलब वो shareholder equity.
Shareholder equity plus reserves.
Okay, sir.
Shareholders equity plus reserves. Where is that? Where is the pitch? Which page we were reading? Which page we were reading? Yawa. Which one I was reading? Where did it go? Acha. We were seeing IBP. This one. Good. Net worth. Then I said total assets value is net worth. Only assets they asked, and they helped with liabilities example. I told assets minus liabilities net worth. Good. Next question. What is depreciation? Who will answer this? What is depreciation? Who will answer?
So
Any commerce? Tell me.
So decrease in the value of the asset over time, sir. Like machines, in the case of machines, we can say the depreciation of machine takes place with time, sir.
Good. Why the reduction? Actually, normally we use the word reduction in value of assets over a length of time on account of its wear and tear and
Beer and
usage.
tear, sir. Beer and tear. Yes, sir.
You must use that word wear and tear and usage. And then they will ask you what are the two. There are so many methods, it seems. I know only two methods, famous methods. What are they? Two methods of depreciation. What are they?
Sir, one is written down method.
Another one, straight line method.
Straight line method.
One is straight line method. So for the sake of Vasavi, I am explaining what is straight line method of depreciation. Supposing a company is buying a car worth 10 lakhs rupees and it has a policy of depreciating 10% per year. Every year in their balance sheet, they will reduce its value by 1 lakh. So in 10 years, the value of that will come to 0. So at that time, if it is 0 and the car is sold, even for 1 lakh, that 1 lakh will be taken as income for that year in which it is sold. Another method is known as written down value, that is 10% based on book value. What is meant by book value? When we purchase a vehicle for 10 lakhs, the book value is 10 lakhs. After first year depreciation of 1 lakh, the book value will now be 9 lakhs. So in the second year, the depreciation the company will be providing is 10% of 9 lakhs. That means 90,000. So now in the third year beginning, the book value will now become how much, Vasavi? Tell me. What will
What,
be
sir?
now? What will be the book value in the commencement of third year?
Third year, 9. I mean tell me the number, sir. 9 lakhs, sir. 8 lakhs, sir.
8 lakhs
Third year,
8 lakhs 10,000.
8 lakhs 10,000 means 81,000, sir.
8 lakhs 10,000. That is for the
Yes.
third year. But why are you not able to remember the words told 1 minute earlier? You are still thinking about your son, about your cooking. That is
No,
the
sir.
reason. Yeah.
No,
Then
sir.
why have you not listened
Sir,
carefully?
yes, sir. I am listening, sir, but I have structured somewhere, sir. No other thinking, sir. No, he is there. I am just listening what you are telling, sir, and counting.
Very good. Thank you. Now, next question. Question. What is bank's business? That is somebody has appeared for RRB GBO scale 2. For him, they have asked about his bank's business. Whenever somebody asks his bank's, anybody is there working in a bank now? Nobody will be there because everybody will be in the office. If they ask what is your bank's business, you have to tell both deposits and advances. That is known as total business. Then they asked him what type of loans you deal with. This is for seniors. And for seniors, this is tandem committee. This may not be asked for you. This is only for people going for scale 2, where they will be asked, tell me about tandem committee. Tandem committee is a committee whose recommendations are followed for sanctioning of working capital. Banks give two types of facilities. One is a term loan, where the loan is given in one lump sum and the recovery is made every month or every half year, and that is term loan. Another thing is that it is given as working capital as a cash credit, as an overdraft. where the amount to be given as overdraft will be arrived using tandem committee methods, and there is also one method known as turnover method and all that. Then cost of deposit calculation. This is for seniors. For cost of deposit calculation means what is the total deposit we have had in this year, for which how much interest have we paid. So based on that, we have to find what is the cost. Supposing we have 100 crores and we have paid interest of 3 crores, then 3% is the cost of deposit calculation, percentage of cost of deposit calculation. Your branch is having more deposit, then how it is profit making branch. This only those who are working in branches will know, banks will know. What happens, some XYZ branch, they collect deposits from the public and they do not keep it with them. They in turn remit to their head office. So head office in turn will be giving for such surplus funds some interest rate, and this interest rate will be arrived while arriving at net profit of a branch. As it is in a branch where you have more of deposit, very less of advances, the bank will be showing gross loss. It will be showing only loss. But once you take into account the interest or the income, that head office will say there is some percentage they will give you. Based on that calculation, if you do it, now your branch balance sheet will show a plus figure, that is net profit. That is how net profit is arrived in the case of bank branches. But where a branch is having 100 crore deposit, but 1000 crore advances, in such a branch, when you work out, you will earn gross profit at that stage itself. And finally, there may be some monies that this branch has to pay to head office, in which case that will come to the net profit of the branch. Very good. Then income tax attachment order. What is income tax attachment order? Where a person has to pay income tax, and income tax department, after giving notice he has not paid the dues, when such an order is issued by income tax, they will issue order. They know the details of nowadays. It is very, very easy. Just you go to your PAN card, income tax can know what are all the bank accounts everybody has got. So once, and they can, I don't know whether they can find the balance or not, but then what they can do is they can send notice to the bank, and on receipt of that notice, that is known as income tax attachment order, bank has to stop all operations in the account, and the credit balance available in the account cannot be drawn by the depositor. That is known as income tax attachment order. Another attachment order is known as garnishee order. Garnishee order will come where our depositor has got some dues to some outsider. That outsider has filed a suit in a court of law, has obtained a decree, and he has executed the decree and got an attachment or of this deposits with us. When such a court order is received, that is known as garnishee order. But you don't require this much details. You POs will not be asked. Transfer price mechanism is what I was telling you, that the head office will pay some money and the branch has to pay some money for monies received. Asset liability management. This is a very important thing for banks nowadays. Banks have to maintain every bank has got asset liability management committee. They meet periodically to decide what is the rate of interest they can give on deposits, because a Reserve Bank has now left it to the discretion of the banks to decide about the rate of interest. So they will go through the asset liability statement, asset liability details. So what are the liabilities that are becoming due within 1 year? What are the liabilities which are becoming due after 2 years? What are the assets that are becoming due within 1 year? Like that, everything they will calculate. Based on that, during which period we require more money, for such period, the banks will offer a higher rate of interest for in deposits. For example, in Indian Bank, they are offering a very high rate of interest for 400 days deposit. If it is less than 1 year, also less rate of interest. If it is more than that 400 days, also reduce the rate of interest. Bank wants to get this more money during this period because it has more liabilities, and in order to meet that, they are offering a higher percentage of interest. Very good. What is working capital? Working capital is the money required by a business for running the day-to-day business. By day-to-day business, we mean the salary payment, cost of raw materials, then cost of water charges, electricity charges, labor charges, etc. That is known as working capital. Then what is working capital method? That is, as I told you earlier, if a company is giving a projection that they will have about 10 lakhs turnover during this year, and as per turnover method, there is a methodology that they say 20% of it has to be borne by um, the uh, what is that? The business holder. Balance only will be given. If you want to really know about it, India credit management, working capital, turnover method. If you put like that, we will get it. Simplified turnover method. Simplified turnover method is used to assess the working capital requirement of any borrower based on the turnover of business. This method was originally suggested by PJ Nayak Committee for Small Scale Industries. So, what are the working capital limits under turnover method? Under turnover method, the aggregate fund-based working capital limits are computed on the basis of minimum of 20% of the projected annual turnover. That is, borrower has to bring 5% of the annual turnover of such borrowers as margin money. If 10 lakhs is the turnover, 20%, 2 lakhs, out of the 2 lakhs, out of the total turnover, 5%, that is 50,000 has to be brought by him. Bank will give a working capital of how much? 1.5 lakhs. That is it. Bank will give 1.5 lakhs. So that is known as turnover method. Those who are going for IBPS, RRB, PO, those who are without what is that? Commerce calculation, do not worry more about this, because you won't be able to understand clearly, and that is the problem. So don't worry about this. But commerce students, MCom, MBA students, you must know this. Okay. Now, what is operating cycle? Can you tell me what is operating cycle? Anybody? What is operating cycle? Operating cycle means that, say, when a company is manufacturing goods, when a company is manufacturing goods, what it does, it goes to the market and purchases raw material. That raw material is processed and then made into a finished goods. And that finished goods is sold to the customer. Normally, sales is made on credit, and that customer pays money to us after the period we are allowing him. So this is the time known as operating cycle. The date on which we are investing in that capital, and that capital, how long it takes for it to become a finished good, then go to the seller, buyer of the goods, and then buyer pays money. That much time is known as the operating cycle. Ajay Kumar, could you follow? Ajay Kumar is not there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Followed, sir.
I am asking you because one, you are an MBA. Of course, this question will not be asked to you in your interview. Certainly, they will not ask. Don't worry. About return of assets, asset stripping. Return of assets means it's very technical. That is, banks first is NPA. After 90 days, it is classified as NPA. Assets are broadly classified into fourfold. One is standard assets, where repayment is coming properly. Where repayment is not coming properly, it is classified as first as substandard assets, then as doubtful assets, and after 3 years, it is classified as loss assets. Depending on that, and also during some stage when the auditor comments there is no adequate security for this NPA, bank has to write off, bank has to debit expenditure account and credit this account. That is known as written off. And even though the account is written off, banks will take measures to recover the money, and then it will be taken to the income. I don't know about asset stripping. You please check up and then tell me tomorrow. So this is what it is. And I think almost all the questions are, this question is money laundering is PO question. Can anyone answer what is money laundering?
Sir,
Does
may I?
mean black
Money
money,
laundering,
Ah,
Converting black money to white money, sir.
white
correct,
black
the,
correct.
money to
ille-
white money.
the
Black money
illegal
into
That is
source
white,
of
by
and
it has
also illegal.
processor, placement, integration, and
Yeah,
placement,
yeah,
layering, and integration, sir. Three processes are there, sir, in money laundering.
yeah. It is a making black money into white money, or illegal money into white money, or say illegal money means what, that is which is taken through corruption or whatever it is,
Drug,
and
drug
and,
trafficking.
and also money received through unauthorized channels. In India, we are supposed to receive all the monies inside through what? Through banks only. But sometimes through Hawala methods, monies are received. For example, if somebody remits money from Malaysia, some 10 crore rupees, then the 10 crore will be paid here to the person. I know you must have seen movies where the fellow will be given one rupee note torn into pieces, something like that. So based on that, this methodology, or um, some what is that? Some secret methods or code word methods, they will identify. Now that very many companies, they are remitting money only through that. Foreign companies remitting money to India, they remit using coding system. So once the code is identified, this person can be paid money here. That is known as money laundering. So we have done about 1 page, 2 pages material today. So I suggest you go through the other questions given here also. Tomorrow, same time, we will meet and we will try to discuss some more questions. If in the meantime you are having some doubts on some questions, some areas, you can post that in our Telegram page so that if other candidates know, they can answer. Otherwise, if I happen to see that, I will be ready with answers for that in tomorrow's class. Friday class is confirmed. Saturday, I will tell you tomorrow. Sunday, no class. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sir,
And hereafter, those who have not taken first interview, you can choose to take one because most of you are having interview on 4th, 5th, 6th and all. Don't come to me for 2 interviews in the last minute. It is not possible. So best wishes. Thank you so much. See how the questions are becoming tough as days are coming nearby. Earlier, what we were studying was very silly questions, easy questions. But now as my interview comes near, tough questions are there. You must be ready. The materials have been given to you, that guidely material or some other materials, whatever banking materials I have given. Please go through them and prepare.
Sir,
Best of luck. Yes, please.
sir, can I
NBFCs
ask a
will
question?
cover DICGC, sir.
Pardon? DICGC?
NBFCs,
No, no. NBFC, DICGC is not an NBFC. DICGC is an Insurance Development Corporation.
sir, will
Yeah.
cover NBFCs DICGC
No, 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 no.
insurance.
No, 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 no. NBFC's deposits are not covered by DICGC. Only scheduled commercial banks and cooperative banks deposits up to 5 lakhs per individual in a bank are
Sir,
covered by DICGC.
sir, NBFCs are two types, sir. One is the deposit taking NBFCs and another one is the non-deposit taking NBFCs, sir.
Correct. Deposit taking NBFC also, like Sundaram Finance, then Sriram Transport, Muthoot Finance, they give a higher rate of interest. That is why we are going and remitting money there. But there is no DICGC coverage because see, in the case of DICGC, banks have to prepare statement every year and remit at the end of every year 12 paise per rupees 100. 12 paise per rupees 100 they have to remit. That is the premium. It is paid by the bank, not by the depositor. Over that only the deposits are covered. Bank has to pay 12 paise on a depositor having 100 crore deposit. Even on that they have to pay, but his deposit will not be covered. That is insurance. Whereas NBFC deposits are not covered. NBFC are not maintaining CR or SLR. NBFCs are incorporated under Companies Act. Banks are incorporated under Banking Regulation Act. This much will do for today. Thank you.